While Julie's troubleshooting, how was everybody's holiday?
It was
fine.
nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was good.
some downtime, some yeah, but seeing people too, really
Seeing what?
seeing people, just like friends and family.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, holidays can bring up a lot of emotions. That's why I kind of wanted to see where everybody's headspace was at.
Yeah. How was yours?
Man, very grateful in that way. Yeah, very surprising. And a lot of what we discussed before even going, I implemented it. Be present for the first time in a long, like decades.
Wow.
It's hard for me to do that. Forgiveness worked, which is the chapter that we're doing. So I'm like, what? Forgiveness works.
That's good.
Sorry, guys. I don't know up here. All right. Hopefully you figure it out.
LOL.
All kinds of troubleshooting over here.
Yeah.
All right. I think he's okay. I think he's
hope,
gonna get
yeah.
him.
Okay, because it's cold.
Right. I don't know. I called the person I need to call. Hi, ladies. I missed you guys.
I can't laugh. My ribs hurt when I laugh.
Oh my.
That sucks. I'm sorry, honey.
Okay.
I'm doing great. That cute. And it goes like. Julie, how are you? I asked everybody how you're doing, and you were troubleshooting. How are you? How was your break?
It was good. It was good. It wasn't long enough. It's never long enough. Never long enough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain.
How are you feeling?
Better. Yeah. I've been doing better. I honestly, they gave me like, I don't know how many. I didn't do it. I just did it for a couple days. And also I was just like nervous. Like if I don't feel the discomfort, how will I know if I'm moving in a way I shouldn't at the moment? So if like I numb the in a way, that can like take away some sensors or triggers, right, of me like my body. So I just took it for a couple of days because Monday I was literally on the floor in tears, in so much back pain.
Oh no.
You sinner.
I injured myself in Florida trying to pick up these two heavy ass yoga mats. And I went to the chiropractor immediately when I was out there and I got better, but I still wasn't like 100%. So whatever that was, you want to know how I agitated this? I fell asleep. That's what I did. Like, yep, because when you're sitting down, so whatever, you don't know how many hours you were sitting, sleeping. The mats in August, and I went to sleep sitting down in November, and here I am.
It like reached.
I have an MRI scheduled for January 7th. That's the soonest one. I'm obviously gonna feel better, but something was wrong. I was in so much pain.
So sorry. Yeah, keep a journal and stuff. You know, because the spine is so tricky.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, anyone ever stubbed their toe and just like...
Oh yeah, for sure.
My phone was on the couch and I went to go get it before we came in the thing, and my back, my pinky toe, we're okay. We're gonna survive. We're gonna survive. It still like kind of hurts. That's why I brought it up. I like touched my pinky toe and I'm like, oh, it still hurts.
Yeah.
All right. So, Adriana, you wanna
Lead at the end. There's prayer that are part of the book. So I'm just gonna read the first one, and then we'll take 3 breaths after that.
Okay.
I'm being called to do so because of the chapters. So yeah, we can get into a comfortable position. One where, and before I start, the intention of stillness and clarity. We Through the nose, take a cleansing breath. 1, 2, 3. Through the belly, a count of 3. Eyes, open our hearts, and feel love that is coming from your heart. I want you to join me in this prayer to experience this in community with our Creator. Let's focus our attention on our beautiful lungs. So let's really hyper focus on the biggest need of the human body. Take a deep breath in through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Let's feel how the air is made of love and notice the connection between the air and the lungs, a connection of love. Expand your lungs with air to expel that air. Then exhale the pleasure again. When we fulfill any need of the human body, it gives us pleasure. Just to breathe is enough for us to be happy, to enjoy life. Just to be alive is enough. Together, let's do our cleansing breath. Let's breathe through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Come back to your space. Open your eyes if your eyes were closed. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's do a little head circle. So let's our forward, chin to chest, and give permission to our shoulders, our trap muscles to relax, our neck to relax. Even give permission to your forehead and your eyes to relax. Give permission to your jaw to unclench. And just notice the lengthening in the back of the neck. Take a big breath in. Allow the right ear to fall towards the right shoulder. Reminding the shoulders to relax and to release any tension. Noticing the lengthening on the left side of it. Taking a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your chin up to the sky, opening up the front of the neck. And as we breathe here, imagine as you're exhaling anything that may be holding you back from speaking your truth. Taking a big breath in, and as you exhale, allow the left ear to fall towards the left shoulder, noticing the lengthening. Big loving breath in, and as you exhale, coming back chin to chest. And we'll slowly bring, and allow your shoulders to fall forward, kind of rounding the spine and then opening up the chest, kind of like some sitting cat-cows. Let the shoulders fall more, allow the shoulders to round and then open up the chest. All right.
That felt so good.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
You're so welcome. I know I needed it. All right, let's quick summary of chapter 11, which we read over the Thanksgiving break. 2 key actions: truth and forgiveness. The truth acts as a scab emotion, and forgiveness is the medicine that cleanses the emotional poison. Forgiveness is an act of self-love because it frees you from the burden of resentment and practices. Apply the medicine of unconditional love. Any thoughts, feelings on chapter 11?
Gosh, I feel like I read it so long ago.
I just reread it today because I also I was at work or whatever, so I like a section that Julie just kind of mentioned with the forgiveness part that I resonated with.
Mm-hmm.
So let me find it.
Yeah, I did a lot of highlighting in this chapter too.
Yeah, let's see if this is something that folks resonated with, because it's like, why did it copy that way? Here, let me go back to the pages. So it was the forgiveness piece, but for some reason it copy. But I laughed with the therapist one because they pay your therapist $100, and then like it releases the emotion you didn't heal. So the actual healing is in forgiveness, and then it goes on to proceed the section with that I highlighted. Forgiveness. Where is it?
I see the part about the, is it near the therapist section?
Yeah, let me go back to notes because it's like, don't believe me, don't believe your. Yes, sorry, got it. So don't believe me, don't believe yourself, and don't believe anyone else. By not believing whatever is untrue, everything is what it is. You don't need to explain it. What is true doesn't need anyone's support. Your lies need your support. You need to create a lie to support the first lie, to support that lie, and more lies to support all of the lies. So you create this big structure of lies, and when the truth comes out, everything falls apart. But that's just the way it is. You don't need to feel guilty because you are lying. In section, I noticed that it was less about forgiving other chapter, but the hardest part of self-acceptance is forgive self, because it's this world of constant, for me, lying to self, and that creates this emotional poison of self-betrayal where you justify and continue to be a prisoner of your own like mind. You just like suffer and continue to like prove that this is like the karmic fate. There was something really heavy, and it was an emotionally charged word, which for everybody like this brought up a lot of grief, like rape. And I was like, as soon as I saw the word, my body just like, like I literally was like, I don't want to read the chapter, but I know this is forgiveness part. So yeah, I hope somebody else, like, I'm not sure how you feel, but
I think for forgiveness, because in my mind I'm like, let me again, and I don't. And I don't even have to forgive them. I just have been trying really hard to sit. It just means you diffuse the emotional charge with them. You don't have life. You don't ever have to talk to them again. That if you see them, you're like, oh, what a powerless bitch. Like, maybe you don't have to say that. That's where I'm at right now.
I love
like,
that.
instead of being upset and being scared, because, like, especially with the situation I'm kind of, like, navigating, I have a lot of fear. I still, like, check my locks every night. Like, and I think that my gut would, like, drop out of my body to the floor, and, like, I would be really scared and like go into a survival response. So I'd love to get to a point. I have flashes every now and then in my awareness where I'm like, oh, he's not scared. He is a powerless loser. Like, he can't do anything. Everything he did was what I let him do. So I have to be mad at myself. And I need to forgive myself for that.
and being honest about was highlighting like the self-forgiveness part. I don't know. That's the hardest part of this journey. It wasn't necessarily forgiving the others. That's the first step. It's integrating it and realizing, like, oh, I allowed this to happen. And not like shaming that, though, attached to that part.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
To be vulnerable and to say it out loud with others. One thing is in your journal and to yourself, but to admit it, gonna get better. I know that for sure. That's why I don't know if I believe now it's forgiveness heals. That is why I was always so upset with that saying. Como que you move forward, let it go. And I would be so, I'm like, it would be so easy. And it's like, no, forgiveness does give you the gift of peace.
Yeah. But forgiveness also does take time. It's still a process. Time heals, but time heals with the work.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think forgiveness, like, comes with new boundaries. You can forgive someone for acting in their true nature, but their true nature might be more limited and less developed than you actually want near you.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, the bad, and everything in between is an opportunity. And there's no value. shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or this, right? It's like the truth. That's why it says truth and then forgiveness, because truth of what was or what is. And in the acceptance, you start to navigate the forgiveness of it. Um, yeah, man. And it's like a never ending thing. I love how simple this book puts a lot of things in here. It's not like we didn't know these things. Perspective, and I think actionable way. Um, in a journey, like we're not gonna arrive. We're it's a constant journey that we're gonna be on.
Think before I would say hope is for others. Such a hater, negative, like prison of my own mind that now I'm like, oh no, cultivated within my body.
Mm-hmm.
That is safety. And so that self-love and respect, that is a compassion that I will only everybody around me, vice versa. So like there's no lone, like that's 10 toes down grounded energy that I only dreamed about and saw other people cultivate. I never thought it was possible. So it's actually like a fire energy right now. When I read it, I'm like, oh, this is like I'm because you don't realize how hard it doesn't have to feel hard when like I'm such a liar. I lack integrity. That during that phase of the healing, that was really hard and jarring. Stop. I was
Mm-hmm.
So I just think like we don't want to admit that. There's shame with that. But after that part, like it was mentioned, like doing the work, it gets so much lighter.
It really does. And like Adriana, I had a similar time when I was kind of like having to acknowledge my like compulsive fawn response and like people pleasing. And I really was like, that is literally like compromised integrity with saying yes when I mean no. Like it like and I had to really sit with that too and like go to the root of it and just be like, okay, like I did it in the past to protect myself because I had to, but like I can update, like it's not happening anymore. That's not happening anymore. And it's and now I get to update my boundaries because I am like sovereign over myself now. And I'm like working on that has felt like just the progress that has happened even in small ways has been very like it's made me love myself in
That's beautiful.
That.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
If you
That
guys,
description felt like tea. Sorry, go ahead.
no,
Like a warm
right?
cup of tea.
Oh, yeah. I feel that way now. Like about because yeah, I don't. It's hard when you need it at one point when you were helpless, but like you don't need them anymore, and then it's become this compulsion. And but like the good thing, the great thing that we can thank ourselves for, and is that we can spot that while it's happening, and we can change it. We can engineer our own responses now in real time. Like we can. Yeah, and not judge ourselves for the tried and true way. A lot of bad shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to read the end of chapter 11 if you guys don't know. Just imagine if all humans could start being truthful with themselves, start forgiving everyone, and start loving everyone. If all gossiping would be over and the emotional poison would simply. Now we are talking about a completely different dream of the planet. It doesn't look like the planet Earth. This is what Jesus called heaven on earth. Buddha called nirvana. Moses called the because we put our attention on love. We choose love. Whatever you call the new dream, it is still a dream as real or choose which dream you want to live in. Now you have the tools in your hand. What are you going to do with them? And so this is the most important thing about self-help, self things like yoga or doing retreats, or it's like these are you with them. And so as we go to complete our first book together, the challenge is what are we going to do with what each of us have gained from being in community together? Like what actions are we going to take? And action doesn't necessarily mean like our physical body doing, but like mentally and emotionally lives. How are we going to take all of this to really evolve, to to take these gifts, take these like aha moments or whatever, and really take something tangible for ourselves. Because there's no value in us like continuing to read and we don't really take action. And for each of us, that's going to be different. But my challenge to you all is just to really kind of go through your notes, see what you highlighted, remember what resonated with you, and really like figure out how do you evolve now that we've completed this book. Like, how do you evolve to be the best version of you for you? All right, ladies. Anything else before we go to chapter 12?
No, I don't think I'm gonna like journal about that later. What you just said.
Start reading chapter 12 first.
I wanted to just point out one
Oh,
thing
sure.
real quick. I wanted to just point out one
Oh,
thing
sure.
real quick. And
Absolutely.
me, on page 175 in the book, it says, nothing anyone does is because of you. Once you have this awareness and you do not take it personally, compassion and understanding will lead you to. So just, reminding ourselves that people's actions rarely have anything to do with us. I mean, unless we did something to them, directly. But for the most part, when, people are snippy or grumpy or fussy or as nothing to do with us, we're just the recipient of their venom. To take it personally, not absorb it. Their venom. To take it personally, not absorb it. It allows us to live in a space of forgiveness and moving on with ourselves and not throwing ourselves off.
Yeah.
Not allowing it to put us in a funk and, cranky or whatever. Yeah, that really stood out for me. I have my 25-year-old because she can be bitchy sometimes. And I have found myself saying, I don't know it's her, but I know I didn't do anything for that action. So I'm just going to go be my happy self, and continue to love on her, though. That's been the difference. Her space to whatever is going on internally, and then check in and find out what's going on. And a reminder that I'm on her team. It's usually resolved really quickly, but just not taking it personally, because it hurts us more by holding on to other people's energy that it just doesn't serve us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as, and I think in that way, I feel like I'm being called to do that with my mom. And on this trip, it happened in a similar like, and I wasn't partaking in the gossip, and she got really annoyed. Like, you're so stuck up, like you think blah blah, and judge. Didn't take it personal. I allowed her to cool off, and it'll look a certain way for everybody's. I'll say that woman is interesting, but and reflect like 3 days later, I was surprised because she wasn't sober. She barely is anymore, and I was like. She was like, yeah, I mean, I see you. And she's never said that. So in my head, I'm just like, this stuff works. I don't want to have this patience, but I guess that's the, like, I'll be, yeah, no, I'm not Mother Teresa. I always say, I said, I don't want to have it. But as her child, I think I'm put here I'm her lesson in the best way to show her unconditional love. I'm not going to like leave her behind. I'm telling you, like in my brain, it's so clear. It's my duty and responsibility to give that love back to her. Because that woman, I know there's so much trauma there. And so in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to compromise my safety. But as I keep experiencing life, I just pray she's around so she could live it with me. But it feels that way. Like I have to give the space. And then, because if I'm too intense, I'll push her away. And I already changed, and she sees the change. Oh, now I'm not drinking. Now I'm not participating in the gossip. Whatever it is that has her so unstable. She wakes up like super, she's fighting for no reason. And I'm like, dude, get on the yoga mat with me. And she'll like make fun of me. But I'm like, saying you're going to be upside down doing yoga, but like, I need you to just not like argue with me if I, like my peace bothers Like that's what it felt like because we were in the same space. And I'm like, I want to give you transfer like my yellow light into your heart. Like it can happen right here. And she's looking at me like I'm wacky. And I know it doesn't, you're not at peace and you don't have to. So, like, and that's what it is. Like, finally, and I know I'm opening up, this is a lot, but like that made me like realize this stuff works, but it requires so much patience. And if we push our loved ones away, I don't know. I don't think I'm peace, and I don't integrate it with the people that need it, like my mother.
Right. Right.
Then I didn't do my duty that God's calling me to do.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying I'm going to be up her butt every day. I'm going to make it. But like harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be fruit of this growth.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's
Absolutely.
a really good, amazing, like, it is amazing that you were able to like basically be around a really peace, observe what was going on, and like have a solution, like a different way.
Exhausting. Let me tell you how exhausting it is.
Yeah.
A lot of deep prayers, and then like I'm like, maybe I should be a mom because it looks like I'm a mom now. I'm a mom. Anyway, let's move on.
But for you and not deviating, like that's the key, right? Not deviating from what you feel is true for you, other people to bear witness.
And boundaries. Latinos hate boundaries. You say that word. So she's like, last night I didn't go to the parranda, and she's like, you're a grumpy old lady. I said, and I love my face mask, and I'm going to bed. I'm not going to explain it. So I was doing salsa.
Nice.
So I'm not a grumpy old lady.
We got to, parrandas. Like, come on.
I love it.
Anyway.
All right, chapter 12, the last final. Wow.
Look at the title, God Within You.
God within you.
All right, go ahead, Auntie.
Okay. You are the force that. How far am I reading?
We all read two paragraphs. Yeah, two paragraphs.
You are the force that plays with your mind and uses your body as its favorite toy to play and have fun with. That is the reason you are here, to play and have fun. We are born with the right to enjoy life. We are not here to suffer. Whoever wants to suffer is welcome to suffer, but we don't have to suffer. Then why do we suffer? Because the whole world suffers, and we make the assumption that belief systems to support that truth. Our religions tell us that we came here to suffer. Suffer today, have patience.
Lizzie?
We choose to suffer. If we continue to make the same choices, we will continue to suffer. The dream of the planet carries the story of humanity, the evolution of humans, and humans suffer because we know. We know what we believe, we know all those lies, and because we can't fight, we suffer. It's not true that you go to hell or to heaven after you die. You live in hell or heaven exists in the level of the mind. If we suffer now, when we die, we doesn't die with the brain. The dream continues, and when our dream is hell, our brain dies, and the difference between being dead and being asleep is that when we are sleeping, we can awake. We don't have a brain, but the dream is there.
Adina?
Heaven or hell is here and now. You don't need to wait to die. If you take responsibility for your own life, for your own actions, then your future is in your hands, and you can live in heaven while the body is alive. The dream this isn't right or wrong, or good or bad. Blame. Can we blame our parents? Did the same with them, the best they could. If you have children, you couldn't know what else to do. To become aware doesn't mean you need to blame anyone or carry guilt for what you have done. How can we carry guilt or blame for a mental disease that is seriously contagious?
You know everything. You know everything that exists is perfect. You are perfect just the way you are. Even if you master anger and jealousy, your anger and jealousy are perfect. Even if you have a big drama going on in your life, it's perfect. It's gone with the wind and cry for all the drama. Who says that hell is not beautiful? Hell can inspire you. Even hell is perfect because only perfection exists. It is only knowledge that makes us believe we are not perfect. Knowledge is nothing more. The dream is not real. so knowledge isn't real either. Whether real from one point of perception. Once you shift the perception, find ourselves with our knowledge. In the end, that is what we are looking for, to find ourselves, to be ourselves, to live our own life instead of the life of the parasite, the life we were programmed to live.
Lead us to ourselves. It is wisdom. We have to make a distinction between knowledge and wisdom because they are not the same. The main way, the only tool we have to communicate, because humans hardly communicate heart to heart. What is important is how we use our knowledge, because we become the slaves of knowledge and we are no longer free. Wisdom has nothing to do with knowledge, it has to do with freedom. When you are wise, you are free to use your own. A healthy mind is free of the parasite. It is free again the way it was before domestication. Your mind, when you break free of the dream, you are no longer innocent in many ways, except for one big difference. Innocent, and that's why he can fall into suffering and unhappiness. Knowledge of the dream.
Anyone can become wise. Anyone. When you become wise, life becomes easy because you become who you really are. It's difficult to try to be what you are not, to try to convince yourself and everyone else that you are what you are not. Trying to be what you are expends all your energy. Being what you are doesn't require any effort. When you become wise, as you created, you don't have to pretend to be something else. You accept yourself the way complete acceptance of everyone else. You no longer try to change other people or impose your point of view. You respect other people's beliefs. You accept your body and your own humanity with all the nothing wrong with being an animal. We are animals and animals always follow their instinct. We are humans and we learn to repress into what comes from the heart. That's why we go against our own body and try to repress the needs of the body or deny they exist. This is not wise.
When you become wise, you respect your mind, you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your hearts, not your head. Cause yourself, your own happiness, or your own love. You no longer carry all that guilt and blame. You no longer have all those judgments against yourself. And you no longer judge anyone. From that moment on, all the beliefs that make you unhappy, that push you to struggle in life, that make your life difficult, just vanish. Surrender all those ideas about being what you are not and become what you really surrender to the real you. Once you surrender, there is no longer a struggle. There is no resistance. There is no suffering.
Being wise, you yourself, whatever you are. Suffering is nothing but resistance to God. The more you resist, the more you suffer. It is simple. Imagine that from one day the dream and you are completely healthy. You no longer have wounds, freedom you are going to experience. Happy just to be alive wherever you go. Why? Because the healthy human being is not afraid to express love. You are not afraid to be alive. You are not if you no longer had those wounds and that poison in your.
In the mystery schools around the world, this is called the awakening. It is as if you awake one day and you no longer have emotional wounds. When you no longer have those things as it is, not according to your belief system. When you open your eyes and you don't have those wounds, you become a skeptic. Not how intelligent you are or to make fun of other people who believe in all those. No, because it's clear in your eyes that the dream is not true. You open your eyes, you are awake, and everything becomes obvious. Lizzie, it's your go.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Because you cannot avoid dreaming, because dreaming is the function of the mind. But the difference is that you know it's a dream. Knowing that, you can enjoy the dream or suffer the dream. That depends on you. The awakening is like being at a party where there are thousands of people and everyone except you. You are the only sober person in the party. That is the awakening, because the truth is that most humans see the world through their emotional wounds, through their emotional poison. They are living in a dream of hell. They aren't aware that they are living in a dream just as fish in water.
When we awake and we are on, oh, hold on. When we awake and we are the only where everyone is drunk, we can have compassion. When you awake, your heart is an expression of the spirit, an expression of love, and an expression of the awareness that you are life. When you are when you are aware that you are the force that is life, anything is possible. Miracles happen all the time because those miracles are performed by the heart. The heart is in direct communion with the human soul, and when the heart speaks, even with the resistance of the head, changes. Your heart opens another heart, and true love is possible.
About the god Brahma, who was all alone. Nothing existed but Brahma. Brahma decided to play a game, but there was no one to play the game with. So, for Greens, that's how I pronounce it, Brahma?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Brahma.
Brahma.
Hmm.
Told her the purpose of her existence. And she said, okay, let's play the most wonderful game, but you have to do what I tell you to do. Brahma agreed. And following Maya's instruction, the whole universe. Brahma created the sun and the stars and the moons, the oceans, the atmosphere, everything. So, oh no, it's right. It's still me. Okay. Maya
Yeah.
said, how beautiful. Now I want you to create a kind of animal that is so intelligent. And he asked Maya when the game was going to start.
I don't said thousands of teeny tiny pieces, every human, and said, now the game begins. I'm going to make you forget what you are, and you are going to try to find yourself. Maya created the dream, and still, even today, Brahma is still trying to remember inside you, and Maya is stopping you from remembering what you are. When you
When you,
awake, oh, I'm
oh, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead, Lizzie.
Oh no, I don't know. Is it?
No, it's still
I don't
Tara.
know.
I'm
I don't
doing
know.
everything today. I'm sorry.
I don't
We're
know.
doing great. Listen, we're doing great.
When you awake from the dream, you become Brahma again and reclaim your divinity. She says, okay, I'm awake. What about the rest of me? You know the trick of mind to wake up too. Two people who are sober in the party have more fun. That is so true. Three people who are sober is even better. Begin with you. Then others will start to change until the whole dream, the whole party is sober.
The teachings that come from India, from the Toltecs, the Christians, the Greeks, from societies all over the world, come from the same truth. They talk about reclaiming your divinity and finding God within you. They talk about having your heart completely open and becoming wise. Can you imagine what kind of world this would be if all humans opened their hearts and found everyone can do it in his own way? It's not about following any imposed idea. It's about finding yourself in a particular way. That is why your life is an art. Toltec means artist of the spirit. Art, the ones who have unconditional love. You are alive, the force that is life. But because you are able to think at the level of the mind, you forget what you really are. Then it's easy to see someone else and say, oh, there is God. God will be responsible for everything. God will save me. No, God has just come to tell you, to be aware, to make a choice, to have the courage to work through all your fears and change them so you are no longer as humans have. Why? Because in the dream of the planet,
Why don't we know it? Because we are programmed not to know. We thought you are a human. These are your limitations. That is so real. Then we limit our possibilities by our own fears. You are what you believe you are. Humans are powerful magicians. When you believe you are what you are, then that is what you are. And you can do that because you are life, God, intense. You have the power to make yourself what you are, but it's not your reasoning mind that controls your power, it's what you believe. You see, everything is about belief. Whatever we believe rules our existence, rules our life. The belief system we create is like we cannot escape because we believe we cannot escape situation limitations. We say what is humanly possible and what is not possible for us.
The prophecies of the Toltecs have foreseen the beginning of a new world, a new humanity where humans take responsibility for their own beliefs, for their own lives. The time is your own guru. You don't need other humans to tell you what the will of God is. Now it's you and God face to face without any intermediary. You were searching for God and you found God within you. God is no longer there. That is, life is inside you. You accept your own divinity, and yet you are humble because you see the same divinity in everyone else. You see how easy it is to understand God because everything is a manifestation going to dissolve also, but not you. You are immortal. You exist for billions of years in different manifestations because you are life, and life cannot die. You are in the trees, in the butterflies, in the fish, in the air, in the moon, in the sun.
Your body is a temple, a living temple where God lives. Your mind lives. God is living within you as life. The proof that God lives within you is that you are alive. Your life is the proof. Of course, there is garbage and emotional poison, but God is also there. You don't have to do anything to reach God, to reach enlightenment, to awaken. There is no one already there. There's only one living being, and want it or not, resist or mm.
The the only thing left is to enjoy your life, to be alive, to heal your emotional body so you can create your life in such a way that you find you. The whole world can love you, but that love will not make you happy. What will make you happy is the love coming out of you. That is the love that will make a difference, not the love everyone has for you. It can be a dog, it can be a cloud. You are one half. That other half is what you perceive. You are the half as a dreamer.
You are always free to love. If your choice is to be in a relationship and your partner is playing this completely out of hell, you will love yourself so much that you need each other at all. By your own will, and what the two of you are going to create is a dream of heaven. You have already mastered fear and self rejection. Now you are returning to self love. Wow. Strong and so love, you transform your personal dream from fear to love, from suffering to happiness. Then, just like the sun, you are giving lights and giving love all the time, with no condition. Human and you, the God, align with spirit of life moving through you. Your life becomes the expression of the beauty of the spirits. Life is nothing but a dream, and if your dream becomes a masterpiece of art. Hence that one. Like you have already met rejection or returning to self love.
No. Crazy.
Listen, I'm highlighting. I'm like, this is too much. I said this earlier, so I'm shaking.
And even that last part about you've mastered fear and you've mastered self doubt, it makes it feel like I feel like I think of those times in my life and my past, and I have like regret about like wasting so much time being in survival mode or like dissociating those experiences to be able to appreciate and love as deeply as you do now. Any of that regret or shame or feelings of time having been wasted or anything. And then I have to go back. There this paragraph that you are perfect just the way you are. That is the truth. You are a master. Even if you master anger and jealousy, your anger and jealousy are perfect. Even if you have a big drama going on in your life that I would usually be ashamed of, you can go to a movie like Gone with the Wind and cry for all that drama. Who can inspire you even? I'm floored.
Yeah.
This is very redeeming for me.
Perspective is everything, right?
Oh, I really needed that.
Yeah. I hear Auntie share.
Your pages are really loud when you.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, is she touching the microphone?
Sorry. It's actually weird because it's not close by.
I was gonna ask.
No,
No.
I can't hear. I can't hear that at all.
Okay, good. It's a whole band. They are fully on fire. Okay.
Really? Wow. Hey,
No, yeah. What were y'all saying? Sorry.
I don't think we were saying anything.
I definitely think resonated piggybacking on the part where it was mentioned just now. Sorry, I had it in my head. About what we went through, right? And part of the forgiveness is like if I didn't go, I wouldn't be able to handle the like stewardship and responsibility that's required for the following chapters to become the elder that I needed to make peace with that. And that is silent and it was in front of the water. And so I still remember looking in the mirror and seeing through my soul. I'm gonna write about it. It was my sabbatical. But that deep knowing that like everything I so
Mhm.
as I'm reading it, I'm like, we really all of this is really just made up. So yeah, it's perspective, but there's Saudi Spanish, there's like this knowing that like you got you and it's a soul thing. So like I don't know. It's exciting, man, because then you could create whatever. One of the states explaining this, I looked like I was like doing backflips, and I felt like I jumped using familiar suffering. So it's kind of like you can share it with people, and we can. I'm not saying we're all gonna not go to work, right? Even though I don't want to go to work, but like I don't know, have to, but then we don't want to show up, right? So like what Julie said earlier, like I don't know. We're not meant to live like have coffee at the neighbor's house. Does that make sense? House has coffee. They're gonna call the cops. But like,
No, it depends on the neighbor.
right, knocking on the door like a creep. But but we're not meant to be like right now. Me with no table, sitting in this one bedroom. I open the windows. Like we're we're born in nature. We're part of nature. I don't feel that here. It doesn't mean that it's a problem, but how can we like take these little because like we're powerful and we're not touching enough of what's inside like what I
We get
It
Mm.
so numbed and like alienated in our purpose. I do for like decades. And it has
also like the I like the innocent part because I felt that I felt like a little kid like just choose I could never imagine doing but it wasn't innocent like where I could suffer because now I know I love that wise part like I mean this
Mhm.
chapter it really makes you realize like okay with wisdom you won't fall
Mm.
but you still get to have that innocent, pure joy, like eating a mango and eat everything, like the intensity of like having the sun fall on your face and reading a book without a like just doing things for pleasure and not feeling bad about overindulging. I feel like here it's you can't have too much fun. Work hard, play harder. Ease and structured. Because if
Mhm.
we all got awakened, like the book is saying, there would not be capitalism. I mean, I won't go in it, obviously, but it would not exist.
Right.
Like
Right.
it would not function because right now the they're living on their timeline. So like all awakened and chilling and having ice cream. I'm not
yeah.
saying that's what's gonna happen, but
But we all need to wake up to our own power and exist because we're chasing something. Well, more of da da da.
and it doesn't give it gives you
Right.
dopamine and distraction.
Yeah.
Right. And high cortisol levels
Right.
that too.
that we don't need.
Being wise to be yourself. That's it. That's
Mhm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of us have filled with ups and downs, um, and our stories have like created the humans that are right here, right now. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. The times that felt really hard and um, gave you resilience It gave you something to impart into another human being. Passion. So when you encounter someone going through something similar, you understand what it means to go through a hard time. And you can love and show compassion because you know. Thank you for each of you for being who you are.
I agree.
You as well.
Thank you.
Normally, I would have a separate guided meditation, but I think that the prayers at the end of the book are really beautiful. So I think, Adriana, you did the first one. Yeah. So
Yep.
I was thinking, I will close with awareness, and individually on your own, you would do the self love one on your own. Um, to be with you all next week.
Oh yeah, or like discuss
Yeah, we
or
could before we close, before we go into the. Hmm. Yeah.
so yeah, it'll be at Taller Puertorriqueño. I'll put the address and I'm getting food. So we'll do like from 11 to 12, kind of like, reflection, chat with each other, kind of like discussing how to like make that work, and then food around 12,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Perfect.
Was there anything else that I missed?
No, it'll be then.
Yeah, and celebrate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know it's gonna be so nice. We're probably gonna end.
So simple. It is just a book, but things are in the simplicity of things. And I don't know. Oh, we're finishing our first book. We did it.
And it shows commitment like to each other, right? We don't all like know each other, and like just the whole everybody has such a different life, and to hold that kind of commitment, like I want to thank Doc, like you didn't skip not even one, like like just that's in this chapter, like and every in that way. I know it's hard. I know for me I struggled with it, I'll be honest, capacity. So it felt
This community, and like a thing on the calendar to like hold us accountable to showing up for the thing that we want and need anyway. So weird. Cause yeah, I mean, I think for Adriana and Tara, like you are a part of my life, but I think I've seen you the most through book club. Just because life is so busy, so we haven't created the time to see each other in person or talk as often. And so this really means, Lizzie, you're stuck with us forever. Chosen family. Chosen family is the best.
nice how that worked out. Yeah.
All right, ladies, if you can get comfy and cozy, and if you feel comfortable to close your eyes and just start to tune into your breath. And on your next inhale, into your rib cage, into your heart space, and just fill yourself up all the way up to your collarbone. And as you exhale, and as you inhale again, fill up your heart space, fill yourself up all the way up into your collarbone. Release, allowing your body to settle, to release any tension. Returning to your pattern, but keeping your breath long and deep and slow. Notice the sensation of your breath in the surrender as you exhale. Ask that you open our heart and open our eyes so we can enjoy all of your creations and live in eternal love with you. Help us to see you in everything we perceive with our eyes, with our ears, with our heart, with all our senses. Let us perceive with eyes of love so that we find you wherever we go and see you in everything. Let us see you in every cell of our body, in every emotion, dream, and every flower. and every person we meet. You cannot hide from us because you are everywhere, and we are one with you. Let us of this truth. Let us be aware of our power to create a dream of heaven wherever. Help us to use our imagination to guide the dream of our life, the magic of our creation, so that we can live without fear, without anger, without jealousy, without envy. A light to follow, and let today be the day that our search for love and happiness is. Let something extraordinary happen that will change our life forever. Let everything be an expression of the beauty in our heart, always based on love. Help us to be the way you are, to love the way you love, to share the way beauty and love, the same way that all of your are masterpieces of beauty and love. Beginning today and gradually over time, help us to increase the power of our love, create a masterpiece of art, our own life. Today, Creator, we give you all our gratitude and love because you have given us life. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Has a new book been decided yet for the next one?
It has
When we're
not, and I
gonna-
think we can chat about that together.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
when we're together.
when we're together, we can talk about it. So we'll be together in person, and then we'll have there's 3 more Sundays in December. It's not necessarily a book, like maybe we meet for the time, like still seeing the ritual, being together at this day and time together, and maybe we just focus on breath work and meditation, and then if we decide on a book when we're together on Saturday, it'll give us time, like if we need to get the book or order it or get it from the library, and then we begin the new book in January. That's kind of like what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then so the rest of the Sundays in December, we'll still be meeting at 7, maybe for just like half an hour, meditation, reflection together, and then one new book in January.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Maybe we each take a turn doing. We can talk about that on Saturday too. Like maybe someone leads. We take turns leading something.
I like that.
Okay.
Lord.
You can lead prayer at the end, Auntie.
I was gonna say, I think prayer. We would, yeah.
Okay, and she's really good at it.
All right.
Please, then.
You can lay hands on us.
So
Well,
I want to listen to you. Yeah, you see, I like that, Julie. Push her.
I don't know. Maybe we get our yoga mats out and Liz do a yoga thing.
I'll do that. When though? When?
I don't know. We'll talk about it on Saturday. I don't know. These are just
Bye, then
ideas.
we'll-
Sweet, like 15, 20 minutes. Nothing crazy. Low
Listen,
pressure.
It depends on how my knee.
Okay. Well, I'll pray that your knees will be feeling good that day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I
right,
hope you
so
have each other on Saturday.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
And
Bye.
bye.
For book club, I was super tired, like so exhausted.